work I'm currently doing is I'm working on the strategic side of the business. And you may know that GM has a strategic partnership with Honda, a Japanese auto company. And I'm in charge of that relationship between both companies, which is very exciting because both companies are really looking to the same direction. You know, zero emissions, automation, and that's what keeps me going.
You know, George, there's something that I'm just curious about. This is a little bit off the subject, but still in the subject. In Japan, you know, and I know, that Honda, Subaru, Nissan, Toyota are just the names, but they all work together.
They work together in some ways, but not really, right?
Really?
So they're working together because they're Japanese companies.
Right.
And of course, they're working also with the Japanese government. You know, they are sitting in the same committees and so forth. But they're also fierce competitors in the marketplace.
Really?
Yes. And so they do have all different strategies set
Right.
forth. Now, if you look at the Japanese auto industry, it's basically, you know, I mentioned Honda is of course one, you mentioned Nissan. Nissan is now with Renault, so it's kind of half French, half Japanese, right? And then you have the rest, which is all kind of related to Toyota. Right. And I see that that Honda actually plays a very key role here because it's not related to Toyota.
Right.
And so will be important for continue to keep some competition in that system here going. And I think that's what they're doing.
What's it like in the U.S. with GM? Is GM really close to Ford? Is Ford really close with
Yeah,
Chrysler?
we're competitors, of course, right? But we do have some activities together,
Oh,
right?
really?
So we
Same
do have
thing.
with Ford, we do have a joint venture or a joint activity for transmissions.
Okay. So the same thing happens in Germany with
Yes.
Mercedes and
Yes.
the other
It comes down to, you know, because the market requirements are similar. Like, you know, if you're in US, there are US market requirements. You know, maybe for the market or regulations. You know, same thing in Europe, same thing in Japan. And so there are some ways to collaborate, right? But still competing.
Right.
And then the other piece is we're using also very similar suppliers too, right?
Right. So a lot of the same parts are everyone's using. Some of them are
Yeah,
pretty
so
generic.
everybody uses, I don't know, Bosch or Denso. You know,
Or the springs or whatever. Yeah, right.
Yes, and so there is a lot of intermingling there, but we are competitors still.
Right. But Japan still is a little more homogenous than the other countries.
Yeah, although Honda trying to be, I think, the how do you say, the guy who's trying to be different, right?
Well,
Was
they
always like that.
finally made what they always wanted. Their plane.
Yes,
That was the wing on the
plane,
Honda.
yes.
He always wanted that,
yes.
and now he has.
And
this
they do have a huge motorcycle business, which is
Well, that's what-
is-
yeah,
is
that's
very
why everyone
big,
knows
yes.
Honda. They
And
think of
then
motorcycles first.
also power products. The power products, meaning generators and
Oh yes,
things,
yes,
very
of
big.
course, yeah.
So they're a little bit different than the rest of the pack.